This is Ocean's Moonlit Pathways, and I'm Miss MJ XOXO. This reading is on the lovely Tems. But before I start, here's my disclaimer. Everything I say in this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. My readings are subject to interpretation, and they should not be taken as absolute. So we're doing a reading on Tems. Let's see. The first card says Sovereign. It says, you are the queen of your life. Treat yourself like royalty. Tems is sovereign. She's royal. I heard the reggae song, She's Royal. So royal. She might like reggae music a lot, but she could come from a royal bloodline. This could even be from a spiritual sense. There's a journey ahead of her. She needs to get moving. There's going to be a lot of, I'm hearing forks in the road. So look at the zigzag. So it's going to be a lot of zigzagging. It's not going to be a straight path. There's going to be some curves. There's going to be some turns, twists and turns. So I'm also hearing plot twists. There are going to be some twists and turns, some obstacles ahead, right? In her career. So it's more so of enjoying the journey. Enjoying the journey. She needs to get moving. Maybe she could be somebody that's really into nature. She could be doing things with family or connected to family, maybe even searching for family. You know how sometimes you try to look into your ancestry or you go visit family from another country or an extended family, like family that you didn't really grow up with. Somebody's wearing a mask and she needs peace. When I was shuffling the cards, I heard dogs barking. That's usually like an argument or a disagreement. I heard the argument in the distance. So there could be people arguing about her, or there could be some type of argument. And for some reason, when me putting it on a family card, there could be some arguments around family. And even on, what's the word? What is the thing I'm trying to think? Because like even with the royalty, sovereignty, that makes me think of, oh, you know what I'm even thinking? God bless her. God protect her. She could be arguing with someone over her royalties, maybe. That's what just came to me. But I'm also getting the energy of like family arguing over, like if somebody crosses over or something like that, and you're arguing over, this could even be like land or property. Arguing over something that was left behind and like a will or something like that. But it's like a lot of fake people in her energy. There's fake people around her. I'm also getting the energy of maybe she could be fake smiling when she's not happy about something. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be about career, because my readings are based on career. But everything in our lives impacts specific parts of our lives. So like your job would affect your romantic life. Your romantic life will affect your, that's the same thing I'm saying. Your career will affect your romantic life, and your romantic life would affect your career, right? So even with the stage, maybe there's something that she's not happy with. If she's on tour or doing a concert, it's something that she may not be happy with. Maybe I'm not going to even try to go deep into what she may or may not be, because I don't have clear, concise energy. But I think that she also may not like the spotlight. Like she could be somebody who maybe she loves to sing, but she doesn't really like the spotlight. She could be somebody that really prefers to be in the background, but because she's talented, she's forced into the spotlight for some reason or in some way. But I don't think she likes a lot of attention. She probably just really loves like to sing. Like that's her gift, that's her talent. But I don't think she likes the fame aspect of it, is the energy I'm getting. And I'm getting a Leo energy, but Leos, oddly enough, they love the spotlight. So there could be a Leo in her energy that feeds off of her energy. Random. It's random. It's so random how these messages come to me. Because look, this person is in the spotlight and they don't really like it. But this person is smiling. So I'm getting two energies. When she's not in the spotlight, when she's home, when she's chilling. So she gives me very earthy vibes. She could be an earth sign. But I'm going to keep pulling down cards to see what's the strongest energy I'm getting. But I'm getting earthy vibes. She could be an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Very Virgo-ish energy for some reason. She could be a hermit. Somebody that prefers not to be in the spotlight. Somebody that likes to be in the background. So when she is in the spotlight, she feels a little, she's not as happy. But then I feel like there could also be someone in her energy that feeds off of her light. They are happy that she is in the spotlight. And it's almost like having that friend or somebody you're in a relationship with that lives off her name, off her energy. Like, oh, I'm Tems. Like, Tems is my best friend, or Tems is my girl. Tems is my cousin. So that's the energy I'm getting from that. It says triangle, support of, from others, wisdom, decisive, different, perspective, spiritual, childbirth, rise. Somebody could have had a baby, or she could be coming out with an album or some kind of project. She could have an increase in status in her career. Tranquility and status. You see, the tranquility and status gives me that. Like, she, you know, you fake it. You don't really want to be in the spotlight. Like, you love to sing, but it's not like you really love to be in the spotlight. I think that she likes her peace. She also likes the money that comes with it. So she does what she has to do, but she doesn't necessarily like it. Somebody could have her in some type of triangle. When I see triangle, I also think of triangulations. For some reason, I'm also getting a pyramid scheme energy. So somebody could be somebody in her energy could be part of a pyramid scheme, or this could be something, once again, with the royalties, something contractual, something with her contract. Her professional contract could be funny, like signing a funny contract. It says support from others. People support her. She gets a lot of support from others, and she could be somebody who's very supportive. She could be very wise, and she could surround herself around wise people. It says decisive, different perspective. She is a very decisive person, so this also gives me like air sign energy. It says different perspective. Somebody could be opposed to something that she believes in, or vice versa. She could be opposed to something that someone close to her believes in. She could be a spiritual person, not necessarily religious, or even growing up in a religion but choosing a more spiritual route. Yeah, I feel like she could be coming to the States or somewhere where there's snow. Russia, right? Like a cold country where the weather is like snowing, maybe even to the States. I know a lot of people, especially people in the Caribbean, they've never seen or experienced snow. So when they come to the States, like North America, New York especially, they get excited when they see snow. Meanwhile, when you grow up in New York like me, it's like, oh my God, I hate the winter. I hate when it snows. I like the cold, but I don't like when it snows. It says merriment, youthfulness, romance, hibernation. With the hibernation, that gives me the hermit energy once again. Deep thoughts. Deep thoughts gives me air sign energy. So I'm getting air and earth. She could have strong air and earth placements in her chart, or there's someone in her energy that she's close to that has air or earth placements strong in their chart. It says innocence, peace, and tranquility. Didn't we see something about peace? We saw tranquility before. So there's something. And remember, I saw the arguments in the distance. So there could be some conflict going on around her, and she just literally wants peace. She's somebody that just really likes peace and quiet. I could see her as someone that probably, if she travels somewhere cold where it's snowing, she likes to snuggle up, stay in, and have like hot cocoa is the energy I'm getting. She could be deep in thought about something. There's something that she could be seeking clarity on. She could be guided to tap into her youthfulness. I'm even seeing like a music video where she's like very vibrant and jumping around. Not jumping around like Cypress Hill, jump around, jump, not wild like that, you know what I'm saying? But like a very vibrant, energetic kind of video. You know, like gospel, the way they jump in like gospel, that type of jumping around, not like mosh pit jumping around. With romance, she could be connected to somebody. I picked up athlete energy, but I don't know. I saw athletes. So there could be an athlete that's attracted to her and wants to shoot their shot. Let's see. It says, get better. Let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. Air sign energy. She has like an angelic presence, an angelic connection to her. And it says like, you know, to get grounded, to go out in nature especially and get grounded. Once again, that's earth sign energy. So strong earth, air energy in her chart. When I'm picking this up, it says the shadow. She could expect some trials and tribulations. Remember I said the dogs were barking. These are wolves, but you know, you have wolf dogs. This is like very moon energy. This is the moon card. Like, so there could be some things hidden that are coming to the surface, trials and tribulations. There could be some challenges that she's experiencing that she wants peace and tranquility from. There are things coming to the surface that she'll have to deal with. There's some unknown energy. She may even need to do some shadow work because, like I keep saying, that a lot of us are in the energy of facing childhood trauma or past trauma. That's something that a lot of us are needing to heal right now. So those energies are coming up out of the shadows with the moon that we'll need to heal from. So there could be some trials. There could be some arguments, like I said, going on in the backdrop. Something family, ancestral energy, maybe even on a paternal side. Look at that air sign energy. The moon is water sign energy, air sign energy, the altar of air. So there's some type of truth or clarity that is coming to the surface. There is some type of transformation that she could be going through right now. She could be seeing a lot of changes. There could have been some type of death or transitioning. Someone could be transitioning, or she could be experiencing someone about to transition. God bless, God forbid. She could be transitioning in her career, even in a good way of rising, or maybe even changing up the style of music that she sings or something like that. But there's some type of truth, clarity, or breakthrough that's coming to the surface for her. With this trickster energy, she needs to be mindful of her ego and excess. I feel like there's going to be some type of truth in her career. We saw the royalties thing. I feel like maybe there's some type of information that could come out about her contract or about management or something like that. The trickster, ego, and excess. I don't know if she drinks, so there's something that she could be doing in excess. In excess could be food. It could just even be obsessing, even with that air sign thing, obsessing over something. There could be something that she's obsessing about too much, that she needs to relax and trust the process about. I see like a spider web. I see a web, so I'm getting the energy of like a web of lies. I'm picking up like management energy, oath energy. I don't know if she's into Yoruba type of religions, but I'm getting that oath, that pledge, that music industry. She could have gotten herself caught up in some type of web that may be difficult to separate herself from. Let's see. It says, elevate your energy. Your energy determines your reality. Lift your vibrations and watch your world shift. It says joy, cliff, love, peace, clarity. And what does that say? Guilty, fear, doubt. Elevate your energy. So she needs to elevate her energy, get more grounded. This is air sign stuff too. So she could be, your energy determines your reality. Lift your vibrations. And even with this music thing, she could be engaging in things that may not be in her best interest for her energetically. She needs to give herself more self-love, more joy. Once again, with the clarity, she's probably trying to seek clarity on something that's very important to her, and whatever she gets clarity on, it will help her elevate in her career, in her personal life. It's something surrounding the heart chakra and the solar plexus. She probably needs to be more active. More movement may be needed to open up her heart space. And I'm hearing heart song too. There goes, look, the elevation. So she's going to see a rise in her career, or even just in her personal life. I saw a wedding. I don't know if she's getting married or if someone in her energy is getting married, but I saw a wedding, marriage. Trust the path ahead. Trust in the unfolding of your life. Every step is part of your journey to becoming who you're meant to be. So she's elevating. Look, she's walking up the steps to success, walking up the steps to prosperity, walking up illuminated steps. This is God ordained, God guided. I want to see and look, the strength card, Leo energy, fire sign energy. It says awaken your power. You are more powerful than you realize. So Tems is a lot more powerful than she realizes. And once she gets this clarity of who she really is, things will definitely shift in her favor. It says you are more powerful than you realize. Awaken to your strength. awaken to your true strength and step into your potential. So I don't think she knows her true potential just yet. Like, yeah, she's dope, but I don't think she knows how dope she really is. This is that athlete energy I was talking about. There could be a connection to somebody who's 23 years old. There could be a connection to somebody who's 23. Maybe she knows LeBron James, or maybe she'll be at a Lakers game courtside or something like that. Or she could be connected to, or an athlete could be attracted to her. Maybe someone from the Lakers, or just a basketball player. Or she could really like basketball. She could be visiting a Latin country or a Spanish country where she's going to be wearing her La chancla. She's going to be wearing flip-flops on the beach. There goes that 55. So that's what? January, February, March, April, May. May 5th could be significant. Somebody could be 55 years old. Self-care. She needs to put... And I keep getting solar plexus energy. And even this is like solar plexus energy. I see a lot of yellow. So there could be health, some kind of health concern. So she needs to... I see a lot of yellow. She could be feeling unmotivated, and there could be some kind of health concern. God bless her and protect her. But she needs to put more effort into her self-care is the energy I'm picking up. She's a star. She is a star. She is connected to a higher source. Once again, that self-care energy, she needs to work on her throat chakra and also her connection to the divine. There could be some imbalances or blockages that she needs to work on with her crown chakra and her throat chakra. And look, the rainbow. She's like a beautiful, divine, energetic. And with the purple, the purplish colors, purple again. Yeah, she is from a royal bloodline. Tems is royalty. But sometimes she could have her head in the clouds, her air. She could be an air sign. I want to look her up. She could be an air sign, or there's an air sign in her energy, or she has a strong air placement somewhere in her chart. But yeah, she's a breath of fresh air. Look, she's coming into some money, some coins, cha-ching ching. That's a fertility energy. I don't know if she's a fan of Beyonce. Maybe she could be part of the beehive. Who knows? But the bumblebee, she could be super busy. She could be a busy bee. People are nosy and is trying to be up in her energy. Maybe she needs to work on like her diet. She could probably like hamburgers, or she could just be eating a lot. Maybe even a lot of fast food she may need to stay away from. If not, she could feel stuck in the middle of something. And with the buns, I feel like people love her butt. She has a nice butt. People love her butt. Look how the burger's winking. And on that note, I hope this was entertaining, you guys. I don't know what the hell I'll be talking about. But thank you so much for listening and watching. Happy healing, everyone. God bless.